welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be doing a ride review. So the ride is going to be Monsters Unchained. It is a thrilling, scream-filled love letter to Universal Horror Legacy. Equal parts terrifying and jaw-dropping. Monsters Unchained officially opened on May 22nd, 2025, and is a part of Epic Universe. This is a high-intensity tracked dark ride that uses the same ride system seen in Harry Potter's and the Forbidden Journey, with a robotic arm and dynamic motion, and is seamless with their transitions between physical set pieces and screens. The ride has a height requirement of 48 inches or 122 centimeters, making it suitable for older kids and thrill-seeking adults alike. The ride's pre-show and queue are definitely some of the best in the park. The queue itself is a masterclass in immersive storytelling. You're not just waiting in a line, but you're exploring a decaying lab where strange experiments are in progress. There's an eerie audio cues, lab equipment sparking, monster details layered into the walls and props. Before boarding, you'll pass through a pre-show where Dr. Frankenstein appears and delivers a chilling warning that something has gone wrong with the experiment and it's about to get worse. Hello guys, this is Future Aaron, and he's here just to say that I didn't get any on-ride POVs of this ride, so I'm going to explain it and talk about it, and you all can watch the footage of the queue that I have and the pre-shows that I have. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't get any on-ride POVs. The ride highlights: once you begin the ride, guests are launched into a chaotic escape through a crumbling castle, dense forest, and shadowy catacombs, and a haunted laboratories. Each scene features different Universal classic monsters such as Dracula, Wolfman, the Mummy, the Bride, and, of course, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Frankenstein's monster. Without even seeing the on-ride footage, the sounds and screams you'll hear from the exterior and the reaction to guests exiting says it all. It's not your typical dark ride. It's fast, it's aggressive, and it keeps you guessing. Technology and the atmosphere of the ride. It uses the same ride system as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It uses a motion-based robotic arm, massive screens, practical sets, and intense physical effects such as fog, wind, and even scent. Universal has cranked everything up for this dark ride. It is literally like on 100. It's amazing. It's great. The ride blends old school horror with cutting edge technology. There are massive, they really are truly massive animatronics in the ride. They're huge. But the real magic is the transition between the scenes. So if you've ever been on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, it transitions between physical sets and screens, and even from scene to scene to scene, can be a little jarring and don't blend as well. With Monsters, they really fix that, and for most of the transitions and from scene to different scene, transition really well. So not only does the ride have amazing animatronics and technological advances, it also has a great soundtrack. It uses gothic and dramatic music like organs, howling wind, monster growls. It all also blends in with the theatrical score that runs through the ride. It feels like you're riding through a classic horror movie brought to life. One of my favorite things about the ride is that Universal thought of all of the things that come together. The sound, the animatronic, the way things move, the way the ride works. And they really stepped up their A game with this attraction. Its length is about 4 minutes for the physical ride, but you also have 2 pre-shows and the queue itself, which is a part of the ride. If you've ever done a ride like Rise of the Resistance, where it is hard to tell where the queue is and where the ride is, and it's kind of a whole package experience, that's exactly how Monsters is. From the gate to the end is all part of that experience. But the ride itself lasts 4 minutes. It feels like a horror film packed on into a ride. Between its storytelling and its physical thrills, it's one of the most intense dark rides in the park. There's a 48-inch height requirement that makes sense for the ride because it pulls no punches and is a lot of fun, but also very thrilling. When it comes to dark rides, Monsters doesn't just hold its own, it dominates. It's darker, faster, and more aggressive than Forbidden Journey gave us the first taste of this ride system, and Monsters takes it a step further. It's better paced, it has better visuals, it's more dynamic, and it highly integrates both screens and sets together on a level that Forbidden Journey can't even compare to. Genre-wise, it stands toe-to-toe with heavy thrill dark rides, like I mentioned a few moments ago, Rise of the Resistance, or if you want to look at Spider-Man at Islands of Adventure. But it has all of the energy that comes from the horror element and franchises. So if you love Universal Horror Nights or anything creepy, this ride is definitely for you. Now, a little bit on my personal experience on when I was there. So, I loved Universal's Monsters franchise. I've gone to HHN and I have watched the movies, and I was extremely excited when they announced Dark Universe with Epic. I knew that Dark Universe was going to be a land that I really wanted to go to and was really, really excited for. And it was the first land that we went to when we first did Epic. And Monsters was the first attraction that I rode in the park. And it absolutely was worth it. Would I ride it again? Obviously. I think we rode it like, I want to say 5 or 10 times or something on our trip. I love this ride so much. It is also a really awesome ride that mixes different scares, different things that you'll blink and you'll miss it, the shadowy figures and the clever lines that like Igor says and are truly iconic. I love the lines.
But Igor, I hear you say, where's the fun in that? I agree, you delightful freak. Sadly, this is not that kind of experiment.
It's definitely also worth the wait. Here's a bit of a tip for that. So if you're going to be doing Epic Universe and you're going to rope drop, one, you have to kind of choose like which land that you would like to rope drop. Now, if you're going to be doing Dark Universe as your rope drop, I actually suggest hitting Curse of the Werewolf first, the roller coaster, because it's lower capacity and it tends to just have a long line like throughout the day. So go there and hit that one first, and then I would head over to Monsters. Monsters has a high capacity and it typically maintains under an hour. And it also has Express Pass and Single Rider, but the Single Rider, there's a catch. You'll miss the pre-show and a big chunk of the immersive experience with the queue. So for first-time riders, I would suggest standing in the regular queue, because that's a must, and you don't want to miss the iconic pre-shows. They set the tone for the whole ride and are worth every minute. As for the reliability, it is a fairly reliable ride. It went down a few times while we were there, but it always got back up. And it's complex, so you have to keep that in mind. There's going to be all kinds of things that can go, wrong. Sometimes there'll be animatronics and things that are in B mode, so you'll get a video instead of the full animatronic, or the animatronic is not working within the ride. That happened a few times while we were there and rode it, but we also got a few rides where everything was working, seamlessly. And I don't expect that this attraction, because of the quality and level that it is always going to have every element working. But even if there is an element that's not working, the experience is still great. I was honestly 100% blown away. Not surprised that I was blown away. It's rare that a ride balances storytelling, thrills, and the fan service so well. Honestly, I have not felt this way about a ride since Rise of the Resistance. I am also a big Star Wars fan, so I understand that Rise is going to always be one of my favorite rides up there. And honestly, with these two are very similar to me, and I kind of put them on the same level, and they're kind of equal in my heart in some ways. But it is definitely a love letter to horror fans. Even if you've never seen classic films, it's still a unforgettable experience. And you don't need a lot of the backstory with all the horror films that Universal put out. You could, if you wanted to, watch the movies and stuff before you go, but it still is amazing, and it's still fun. It is still awesome if you've never seen those movies, if you love horror. It is definitely spooky and a little scary, and it's definitely not for the faint of the heart or for very young kids. It is intense and thrilling. It has sudden twist. It has some jump scares. I would recommend it for teens and up, but if you know your child and you know them and you think they're going to love it, you can go on it. It does have a height requirement of 48 inches and up. It is a dream come true for Universal horror fans, and it is anyone who's into classic monsters like Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman. You're gonna love this, and you're gonna love the next level of immersive theming that Universal is coming out with and uses in this park. I would give it 5 out of 5. That's no question. Big horror fan here. I'm not surprised I gave it 5 out of 5. And I consider it an absolute must-do. And it's my top favorite dark ride in the park. Surprise, surprise. Honestly, that's not surprising. And I love horror, like I've said, and I love classic monsters and their legacy. So putting that all aside, the ride is still thrilling. It still has a great mix of stories, effects, the intensity still makes it stand out. If you love dark rides or just want to be scared in the best way possible, this ride is for you and should be on the top of your list. This might be Universal's most intense dark ride yet. Terrifying, beautiful, completely unhinged in the best way. Thank you so much for riding along with me through Universal Monsters Unchained today. What did you think? Would you dare to face the monsters? Drop your favorite thoughts and monsters below in the comments. I love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, as well as don't forget to subscribe for more content from Epic Universe and other theme park reviews. Also, you can check out my walkthrough of Dark Universe, which is up on my channel now. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the next adventure. Thanks.